Today we'll be watching the YouTube situation. All right, let's do it.
I mean, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, this new YouTube change is my second least favorite change they've ever made, second only to dislikes being removed, and this is only slightly behind it because I think this one is on the almost the same level of baffling stupidity to even have the idea, and even more befuddling to pull the trigger on actually implementing this idea. YouTube has made a habit out of just going hog wild on changes that not a single soul on the planet has ever asked for. And there's a chance that these ideas are thoughts that not a single sentient organism has ever thought of until YouTube farted them out. Because these ideas are just so silly and wacky. It's like when you take a shit, you're probably not thinking about eating the poop, but YouTube, they get in there like a pinworm and they say, hey, to hell with it. Send it, launch. And they do, like removing dislikes because their feelings got hurt over Rewind. And now today they announced that they're completely changing the way that YouTube views on long-form content are calculated publicly. Starting August 24th, views will count the moment a video begins to play with no minimum watch time. The first frame of a video will count as a view now, across all formats, VOD, Shorts, and Live. We're standardizing views to reflect creators' true exposure across YouTube, making it easier to show their value to brand partners. This update won't impact creator earnings or YouTube partnership program eligibility. So if you have a video even autoplay for a split second, like scroll to one and it autoplays, that counts as a view publicly. Now, they do mention that they still have engaged viewer metrics, which is kind of the old way of calculating it, where you need a viewer to stick around for, it was about like 30 seconds on long form content, which is like an actual view and something that's been standard on the platform for ages. Now they're going the way of shorts calculation, which is even if you like fall asleep and it just starts doom scrolling, every single thing that it hits is going to count as a view there. Just ding as an impression, which is completely useless. This change is going to explode YouTube views, obviously, but it's not real. It's just a vapid fake number. It's just phony baloney nonsense, really. And the sentence there where they said it's going to help you stand out to brand partners, no the fuck it's not. Brand partners are going to maybe do deals for like a month under these new programs with these channels that are getting millions of views, and they'll sell like 3 things because it's all fucking fake. Like, it's so silly. And the only channels that stand to benefit from this are the channels that you don't want to thrive here, the ones that have already poisoned Shorts, which is AI, clickbait, and just fucking endless amounts of slop, mainly AI slop. This now incentivizes them to break containment, the SCP protocol here, and go on to long form now, because now they can thrive there too. And they already have been thriving in long form, even with the previous view metric calculation. This now just incentivizes it more and pushes normal creators to once again really heavily consider just clickbaiting, so that way they get you in the door right away, like, K-pop Demon Hunters did what? And it's them bending over fucking full goatsy or something. Just to get a click, because now that counts as a view, whereas before it didn't. Because if you got clickbaited, you'd probably click off in a handful of seconds. That would never register as a view, so you could never capitalize on that. Now, with this new change, you can, and it is constantly going to be incentivizing that. And again, it does nothing for brand partners, because if they start working under these fake numbers instead of like requesting engaged viewer numbers, then those brands are fucking dumb. And they're going to feel a huge hit to their marketing spend when they see no return off all of these phony baloney views, these fucking horseradish views that aren't real. And you can easily gamify this. Like I saw Spiffing Brit give a little infinite money glitch that is a little tongue-in-cheek, but would actually work, where you just instruct your viewers to just F5 over and over again while you have a sponsorship enabled with uncapped CPM. You could farm an unbelievable amount of money through doing that if it's just the public views instead of engaged views. And I don't think that's going to happen, because I don't think brands are going to really care about the public view. I don't think anyone's going to care about the public view, because everyone is going to know it's not real. And it just really made botting services extremely happy. You know, they just fucking blew a load into those britches right there. They got a fucking fat wet spot in those trousers, because now bots are going to be so pivotal to a lot of these like AI slop factory protocol. Like, this is like, And not only that, just also normal YouTubers that are trying to like stand out might just start doing botting. That's going to be much more effective now that it doesn't have to like have a certain amount of time that it sticks around. Just a single frame is all it takes. Bro, botting services are absolutely going to be popping off, no doubt. Like, yes, YouTube does have like anti-botting measures in place, but they're not perfect. No platform has perfect protection from bots. Look at Shorts, for example. And that's only going to be now even more prevalent because it's not just Shorts, now it's long form too.
YouTube is moving to an exposure-based model for views across all formats, meaning a view will now be counted the moment a video begins to play from the very first frame. Hello Insiders, I'm Rene Ritchie, a longtime creator now working at YouTube, and here's what's up. Last year, YouTube moved to an exposure-based model for Shorts views. This year, starting August 24, YouTube will be expanding that model to long form.
Oh, excuse me, I'm wiggling in my seat. Oh, I can't help myself here. Please, I don't mean to interrupt, but my hand is raised. Can I ask a quick question? How did that work for Shorts? Are Shorts in a really good spot? Is Shorts on YouTube synonymous with high-quality content that's being churned out? Or has it been degraded into a complete cesspool of AI slop that even YouTube themselves is trying their absolute best to combat night and day to no avail, fighting an endless battle of these slop factories that are churning out infinite amount of content all hours of the day, every single second, just to capitalize off of this kind of shit? I don't really think you should be taking lessons from the way Shorts is functioning right now for long form, because while long form obviously has its problems with the same thing, AI slop and those content farms, I've yapped about it quite a bit, it's not nearly to the level of degeneracy that's on Shorts, but this is making a push towards it. Why? What? How is there not a lesson being learned right now with what's going on with fucking YouTube Shorts? Are they just so blinded by the big number, like 200 billion views a day on Shorts or whatever? Now they want it to long form? Like, oh, we have 200 billion YouTube Shorts views. Now let's extend that to long form where we can just artificially inflate all these numbers for exposure. These fucking random impressions. If someone just happens to accidentally see a frame of your video, bang, that counts. So now we have big number time to celebrate. But it's not real. It's not legitimate. It's useless. And you yourself on the website even talk about how this has no effect on monetization. So like, you're not paying creators more for these big views. It's imaginary. The creators aren't getting paid more. Brands certainly won't pay them more. And in fact, I would even see a world where they might start paying less because there's so little trust in what the views represent anymore. They would need like thorough analytics on the engaged views. But I think there's a chance that, up and coming YouTubers probably get even worse deals from these brands because they just might not even trust what's being provided through the material anymore. It's just like there's no winners here except for AI slop, clickbait just to get that first frame view, that first frame click, and botters. Outside of that, I don't see who this actually benefits except for people that just like to see big number, but if it doesn't mean anything, what's the point of big number? I don't understand it. I really don't. It just opens the door to just exploitation and just a further degradation of the content that gets posted onto YouTube, once again trending more towards AI slop and that kind of filth. And like I said, it's not doing anything to help normal people that are trying to make it on YouTube, because none of these new view calculations
Well, it don't matter. I'm still hitting 1 million. It don't matter.
are going to matter to making it into the partnership program, which they just doubled the requirements for. So you still need to hit the engaged views and the qualified watch hours, which these do not count towards. So it's completely vapid useless.
Podcasts, live streams, all formats. YouTube is doing this to ensure consistency across the platform, to make sure every moment of connection between creator and audience is captured, and so that there's no confusion or fragmentation about what a view actually means. Creators can use this updated, standardized count to better understand views across formats and to better communicate the full scale of audience impact to brand partners and sponsors.
Why do they keep trying to flex that as though it's the truth? It's not. You will not be able to use this as a leverage with brand partners that are at least activating a few neurons. because this new exposure metric, the fucking exposure dollars here, is illegitimate. It's not representative of what the brand is actually going to be exposed to in the audience. So let's say you're presenting with 1 million views, but a lot of those are just first frame views because you clickbaited them. They are never even going to see the advertisement from the brand, so your performance with them would be fucking terrible, and brands are going to be aware of that. So they're instead going to just ask you for the metrics, the advanced analytics on your engaged views and watch time there. If this actually had an effect on overall watch time, this would torpedo channels. Like, there would be watch time plummeting because so many views that are going to be calculated are just first frame. There's a lot of people that are going to click on videos and maybe they'll hear an AI voice, instantly leave. Maybe they realize they got clickbaited or just decide, I don't really want to stick through this video. They didn't get hooked. They'll leave. And all of that's going to be counted as a view, no matter what. So, like, you're never even going to see those ads. So you're not going to be able to leverage that. It's worthless. I don't think this is going to have an effect on overall viewership retention, like that metric, because it seems like they preserved that on the back end. But if they didn't, that would be catastrophic, obviously. But yeah, I think they're way off in how this can present to brands. You know what this really reminds me of? It smells like that classic Fextra Life stink. Do you remember a while back, and this had gone on for a long time, Fextra Life on Twitch would have tens of thousands of viewers for every single fucking stream they were doing, no matter what the game was. Even if they were playing, you know, burger. And I couldn't think of a name. Sorry, but like the point is, no matter what Fextra Life was doing on Twitch, they have tens of thousands of viewers, but only like 5 people active in the chat. So people thought they were botting. Well, it turns out what they were doing is just embedding their stream on their website in the top corner, very, very small, auto-playing on every single page, so anyone that was on their website was counting as a viewer on Twitch. And obviously, if you're trying to sell to brands with like tens of thousands of viewers, the expectation is there's tens of thousands of people actively watching. But that wasn't the case. It was only like ever a handful of people watching, and the rest was just inflated numbers through just being embedded on their website on every single page. So they had crazy viewership numbers that weren't real. That is the exact same DNA here. It is just these crazy inflated numbers that aren't representative of people that have ever even watched the content. Like you can't. I don't know how they think that this is going to work with brands. It can't. It just can't. And they're not going to be so stupid that they don't realize that. And I don't know why they're trying to present this like it's something people have been wanting, this standardization of views. I think any sensible person recognizes that a short view is night and day to a long form view. These are very different and should be calculated differently. They shouldn't be the same. They shouldn't be one frame to count as a view. Because with long form, that's not a view. That's nothing. They didn't engage with the content. They didn't even watch it. That could have been an accident, just like it is oftentimes on shorts. Why would they be doing that? Other than to just inflate the numbers across the board on their platform to make it look like long form is really close to like short form views now, even though short forms has really taken over because of so much slop and all the AI generated content that has been infesting it. But it's worthless to like an actual user or a creator.
And viewers will know when they see a view count, it's all based on the same model from that first frame. All new videos uploaded after the changes on August 24, 2026 will show the updated first frame view count. All videos uploaded prior to the change will keep their existing view count up until the change. Historical view totals will not be updated retroactively, but following the change, new views on those videos will follow the updated first frame count. To compare performance more consistently before and after the change, creators can use the engaged views metric in YouTube Studio. An engaged view means the viewer stayed to watch past the first frame and initial seconds. It's how all views were counted historically, which is why they're useful for historical comparisons.
So they obviously recognize that there is value in having like the real views, which is the engaged views, versus these artificially inflated ones just because a frame was flashed in front of somebody's face like a subliminal message. That's not a view. And there's no real benefit for this. There isn't, except for like big number. But again, if big number's not real, what can you do with it? And not only is it not beneficial, I believe it is overall detrimental and further incentivizing creators to just do AI slop and clickbait. Because anything that gets you in the door for that first frame. I just think it sucks. I don't think there's anything good or anything to celebrate about this change. I don't think it's as bad as dislikes being removed. Like, I feel like dislike removal is still the single worst thing YouTube has ever done to their platform, but this isn't that far behind either. This is just a further enshittification of the platform that is going to incentivize more and more garbage to infiltrate it and contaminate it and pollute it. I don't know how this would even make it past the think tank. Like, I feel like at this point, YouTube is predominantly communicating with shorts creators and these content farms because, again, it's like hundreds of billions of views a day through just shorts. So now they probably are just laser focused on what they say. And I do know that what some of them say, at least a good chunk of these YouTube shorts professionals, is that they don't like the discrepancy between their shorts views and their long form views. So you'll find that people that are very active on shorts as their primary interaction with the platform, a lot of those channels have millions and millions and millions of subscribers and are getting millions of views on their shorts. But when you look at their long form videos, like their actual videos, edited piece of content, some of them have like 2,000 views, if that. Like sometimes even less than that, despite millions of subscribers and millions of shorts views. So they often are, calling the wambulance about that because it doesn't look good, and I imagine some of them have voiced that concern to YouTube, so now YouTube's been convinced that it's an issue they've got to tackle, so that way now long-form views can play by the same rules that the shorts views have, that people have been able to endlessly farm through this fucking garbage. It's like, I just don't like it. I don't like it, and I don't see any benefit to the platform for it.
Engaged views will also remain the view metric used to qualify for Shorts ad and premium revenue sharing in the YouTube Partner Program and for monetization and revenue calculation across all videos. And
you know that these are worthless views, otherwise they would be qualifying for the YouTube Partnership Program, right? But you see how easily exploitable they are. You can just hammer F5 and get 100 views yourself on any video in like 5 minutes. But YouTube won't count those because they know that this is a worthless metric. This like exposure, like the net exposure of all of it, doesn't actually signify anything. I don't understand. Like, it's very telling. Like, they know that this number is not indicative of anything, because if it was, they would put value on it themselves. But your earnings aren't changing just because this public number goes up from the first frame view. You are not eligible to make it as a YouTube partner through just these first frame views. It still has to be the old views, the old way of calculating views, the real way of calculating them. So then, what purpose do these views serve? Like, YouTube, if YouTube's not paying you more for them, then that means brands aren't paying YouTube more for them, which means brands are already aware, at least with YouTube, that these views aren't meaningful and aren't real. So how are you as the creator going to try and make that argument to brands that they are? It just won't happen. This provides nothing beyond just an artificially inflated fake number that's a load of fucking dirty barnacles. It's so dumb. I had to yap about this change. I don't know who YouTube is talking to when it comes to changes like this, but I don't get it. I really don't. Anyway, that's really about it. So yeah.
Type shit. Damn, that's it. Thank you for spreading awareness, gang.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?